Some of you guys are being told to throw your LiPos away after 1 or 2 years. This is a version 1 R line from Tattu, 850 mAh LiPo. It is approximately between 8 and 10 years old. I'm going to rip it on the DeepSpace Seeker 3 right now. Let's freaking go. Okay, so we're out here then with this 10-year-old version 1 Tattu 850 mAh 4S LiPo, and the question is, obviously a lot of newer guys to FPV are like, well, is that really true? Is it really going to hang out? Truth be told, it is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, puffy. So it probably is going to need to be retired fairly soon, but as you can see, it gives lots of power. Now, it's not going to give a huge amount of flight time, as I'm sure you can probably imagine, but what it will do is give you enough for a little bit of a practice pack, which sometimes is all you need. Sometimes all we need is a quick practice. It'll probably give us about 2.5, maybe even 3 minutes, and sometimes that's all we need, isn't it? Just to warm up, or even just to do a bit of reconnaissance on a new spot maybe, or even a spot that you know and you're thinking, well, where's the wind today? Let's just try this out, let's just try that out. What I will say is it's giving and giving and giving. It doesn't feel underpowered in any way, shape or form, and we are, oh, it's just fallen out of the sky. That's a bit weird. Nope, let's go and get it. Well, we found it. It's still got all its props on. The battery doesn't feel, it does feel a little bit warm. We'll take it back to the car and we'll check exactly what's gone on there. But that was a really weird one. Okay, mystery solved. In fact, let me show you. Still got the same battery on. Drone is powered on, we're ready to go. When we get airborne, I'll explain to you what happened. So at first I was a bit worried that we might have lost a cell, or we were pushing the battery a little bit too hard. The battery was quite warm when I got to it, but then the sun is out in the UK today. The actual cause of that crash was a failsafe, because although GPS rescue should have kicked in, I think, well, I'm not overly sure we had enough satellites at the time, I set my refresh rate on ELRS too high and my power too low, and I didn't pay any attention to my signal, and I lost signal, and it just went here. Now if I look at my signal is rock solid because I've changed those settings, but it was just here where it crashed. So it just goes to show you, if your refresh rate is too high and your power is too low, ELRS or any control link is not infallible. It cannot beat the laws of physics. So bear that in mind. Learn from my mistakes. That was nearly mistake number 2. So I don't know how long we've been thrashing this for, about 3 minutes I reckon, and we're at 3.55. I'm going to bring it back, I'm just going to baby it a little bit because it is a bit puffy and I don't want it to explode. But ultimately, the long and short of it is, yep, it is 10 years old, and yep, it still rips. So that was a rip of it on the DeepSpace Seeker 3, including that crash, which was obviously caused not by the battery, as we proved afterwards. It was caused by the fact that I'm an idiot and I had my settings wrong. But it just goes to show that you can, sorry, let me straighten my camera up. It just goes to show that you can keep these things for longer than certain experts are telling you. Be very careful with them, of course. Battery safety is essential. This is a little bit puffy now, so I am looking to retire it and get rid of it. However, it's proven the point. You can still rip. You don't quite get the same longevity as you did when it was new, but it still puts out the same punch. Got any questions whatsoever? Drop them in the comments down below, or want to see any videos similar to this where I answer your questions? Let me know again in the comments down below. You've all been amazing, but until next time, peace! YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most, so watch it and let me know if they're right.